I don't remember when they announced the Prey demo, but I know I've been excited about Prey since the reveal last E3. And they talked about, and they just showed that little trailer, right? I'm in it. You know, it's Dead Space, it's BioShocky, it's weird, it's very interesting. Love it. I'm in. I see a little bit of gameplay since then. They've done a great job of kind of peppering in gameplay videos, and I've casually kind of cursory glanced at them, right? Not trying to be spoiled, not trying to go into it. And I've heard about this first hour, and unfortunately YouTube fucked me over here, but it's going to show some of it, but you're not going to be able to hear it, which is kind of important. This first hour is incredible, and so much of this is incredible. And I'm going to call this game BioShock in space, and that's not meant as a slight, and that is meant... No, it isn't meant hyperbolically, because it is. This is BioShock in space. This is the best demo I've played since that original BioShock demo, which I played for hours and hours and hours and poured over. I love this. I love everything about this, from the sci-fi setting to the environment, like the way things move around, the idea that we have these mimics in the environment that are, for the most part, anything in the environment, just mimicking a cup. So you see two cups on a table, and you're sitting there going like, well, is that a mimic? I don't know. And then sometimes you'll turn into a room, right? And you'll see something like glitch or move, and you're like, what was that? That was a mimic. That was a mimic sitting there just being all weird. And what this game does so well to me is it's kind of underappreciated, but when you play BioShock, you get a lot of weapons and you get a lot of items and like experience with the world, to the point of where things aren't scary or a horror experience anymore. But I played this demo, which also should not be called an opening hour demo. I played it for like 3.5 hours to fully like explore what they had. And then I went back and I played a little bit more. So I played about 4 hours of this, all told. The entire time, I'm exploring the same area I've been into. I know I've been in this room, so I'm safe, right? But as soon as you open the door to a new room, you stop. Even though I have a pistol, even though I have a shotgun, with very limited ammo, and it's still early in the game, sure. Even though I have all those things, the suspense is always there. And what this game does so well is that shock. Like, there were more jump scare moments in this demo than I think I had in almost all of Resident Evil 7. Like, it just, all of a sudden, shit hits the fan. This thing jumps out at you. The music's blaring all of a sudden, which we'll get into in a minute. And then you're swinging wildly with your stupid wrench, and it's intense and so much fun. And this is exactly what BioShock did, was have that environment where you're slowly peeling through it, looking around the world, like reading notes, looking at someone's computer, and really analyzing and looking at it, like really looking at the world and thinking about it. There's moments in this where at the very end of my exploration, I was trying to get to all the rooms, and I thought I couldn't get to this one area. I was like, oh, it must be sectioned off. You can't get to it in the demo. And it's just a little hallway, but I wanted to see it all. Like, I loved being in this world and exploring this ship thing you're on. And I couldn't figure out like how do I get into this room? And I just happened to be exploring the area underneath it. And I looked up, and I saw like, oh, there's a glass like platform under there. I can throw something or just whack it with my wrench and break the glass and jump up from the bottom floor. And and it's so simple, right? Like, that sounds stupid simple, but that's what this is, and it is incredible. There's moments where you're walking, there's like this 2 sets of staircases that kind of are at 2 ends of the room. And if you go a certain way and if you just look and go, hey, I can walk on that, and you do, there's like 3 rooms over there that you don't even have to go to, but are filled with lore and events and enemies to fight and items to find. And I don't even know if I'm doing it justice. But good lord, from the start, from the get-go here, you see Bethesda Softworks on the skyline here. What game has done that? I think the only one I could think of was the one in Spec Ops. And it's got this crazy 80s synth music like drive going on, and you're fully invested, and it does it like fucking hell. I love everything about this. The setting, the story it's telling, the plot reveals that happen within this, which I will cut this video off before we get to. Every single moment, like how guns work. Here's a shotgun, but we're giving you 4 bullets, and it's just going to be, go for it. Just try. Like that's like the one complaint I have with it, and I almost hesitate to even call it a complaint. Like it's weird because it can't be a full shooter because the left trigger is for powers, right? It's not for zooming in. It's not for iron sights. So aiming is a little weird for me. I'm like all over the place, but that almost adds to the fun in a certain respect. You can save anywhere, so just save, right? But and look at the freaking title screen on the goddamn roof. This is cool shit. Then the story it's telling you is incredible, and the way it messes with the world. There are moments in this where something happens and you break something and you look at the world in a completely different way, and it's very impressive and actually very indicative of the original Prey, which I don't. It's very, very strange, and I don't want to even say it or spoil it or anything about it. But I think everyone needs to play this demo, and the demo's free. Like, just a free demo. It's a couple hours of entertainment. I've seen people, do it in much less time than me, but if you're someone who wants to look at the world and explore and find all the items, and there's like a bunch of crafting things, and you're finding like used cigars, and you can just put it in this compactor, and like the used cigar is worth 0.2 grams of this thing, and you get these little component cubes of like organic matter or whatever they are, and then you use those to craft other things, and there's weapon optimization upgrades, and there's the little neuromods you get, and I got a power to let me slow down time, so I could slow down time for 10 seconds, which helped greatly with a lot of these weapons and fighting, because these mimics, these face huggers, are jumping out of the walls at you, and the other guys are brutal, and it fulfills the promise that Dishonored had. There's always been like, Dishonored, you can do it this way, but when I played Dishonored, and I imagine a lot of people play Dishonored like this, you found your playstyle and you stuck with it, right? And that'll happen here too. But with me and Dishonored, I played it pure stealth. I didn't kill anyone. I didn't get seen by anyone. Like, that's how I wanted to play it, right? And with this, you can do that too, I guess. It'd be really tough with the stealth here, but because it's not a stealth game. But I took this turret. There was an automated turret around, and I took it and I just carried it with me. And there were these 2 enemies I couldn't fight. Like, they kept blowing me up because there was an explosion in the room, and I just set this turret up, popped it up, got their attention. The turret shot them. They go to fight the turret, and I'm shooting them from the side. And like, I didn't have to play it like that. I could have, and one time I did, but I lost the save. I picked up the flammable thing and I threw it at them, and it blew one of them up. And this is all just like one room. At one room that's also completely optional. There's a bunch of weird side quest things going on where you can find the crew, all optional, all just piecing little parts of the world together. There's even other things for as far as exploration. There's picking things up. Like, think of the latest Deus Ex games have this, where it's like your strength is level 1. You can pick up level 1 heavy objects, or level 2 heavy objects, or level 3 heavy objects. And then there's hacking and different levels of hacking. So I can hack this keypad, or I can't hack this keypad, or I can find the code on someone's computer, or I can pick up this box and move it out of the way, and now I can just get into the room. Before it was like quarantined. They put up a bunch of boxes so nothing could get in or get out. And I'm telling you, and the way mimics work in this make it so much fun. They don't do that annoying thing where it's like Nemesis in Resident Evil constantly fighting you and you're trying to get out, and he could be anywhere. Maybe there is an enemy like that, but at least in this respect there wasn't. You went into a room and you cleared it out and it was safe. That room was safe now. Now the other rooms, not safe, but you could make them feel safe, at least for this in time you're in it. but going into a new room and never really knowing what was going on and seeing something at the end of a table, like seeing that coffee cup at the end of the table and going, why is that one cup broke, like on the side? And why is one standing up at a weird angle? And you look at it and it kind of like wiggles. Like, I have to fight this. I have to fight this. And it's just so fantastic. This is the perfect game for me. And this is insane too, because I've already had Resident Evil, Neo, and Zelda, and like these games I love. And this demo was so good, and the reveals were so good, which we're getting to, and I will cut it off before that. Just in the beginning of this game, which I can already feel is something you could play for 20 plus hours. It has to be. There's no, I spent 3 hours exploring this little area. I was making, like with the foam gun you get, you can make platforms. I was circumnavigating the room. Navigating? I'm not good at pronunciation today. All around the room because I could. I'm putting things here. I'm trying to climb here, and it encourages you and it tells you. It doesn't keep it a secret. It's like, yeah, you can climb everything here. See if you can climb it. Like, and you could, and I did. And there was this one room where you get the card key for it apparently, but I forgot about it. So I just ended up making a bunch of ooze and climbing my ooze up to the top of this floor, and then getting that way and be like, oh, I could have just turned around. But you're exploring all these things, and there's all these other items and weapons I found along the way, and it so encourages that exploration. And it's not constantly about fighting things like BioShock ends up being, where it's like, oh, here's a bunch of enemies and you're whacking them all with wrenches, and here's a Big Daddy, and here's this. It was so much slower paced and exactly what I wanted. There are moments in BioShock that I absolutely loved, and this hit all those moments for the entire experience for me. And even if it goes more actiony, which I'm sure it will, but it's gonna have all these different things where you can get all these powers and really customize your character. Incredible. Now, I think did I mention this? The combat is a little weird at times. It's a little loose. It's kind of wonky in a way, and like, because it's hard to aim necessarily. And I don't know. That could be something that gets better, but yeah, love me some BioShock. This is, I mean, like I said, this is BioShock in space, and I don't think that's a negative. I think that's a great compliment, and I think I'm stopping the playthrough right here. It does everything so well. Like, this is polished. Mark my words. In a week when this game comes out, and maybe after the reviews start coming out, like, this game is going to get crazy good reviews. Just insane. People are going to love this fucking game. I don't know why people aren't so crazy about it right now on Twitter and whatever. Like, this needs to be the thing. Everyone's just going crazy with Mario Kart. Oh, I'm going to play this game from 3 years ago. I finally played. Fine. Be excited about Mario Kart. But really, we need to be talking about Prey, because this is easily one of the best games of the year. Not only that, this is one of the best experiences in gaming I've had in years. Up there with Zelda, up there with Neo for me, up there with Resident Evil 7. I haven't played Horizon yet, I'm sorry. Haven't played Persona either. But it is up there, and it is good. If you like that sci-fi story, if you like that gameplay style of BioShock, the slower BioShock moments of combing through files and looking at people's computers and reading their emails and piecing this story together, and like, I'll have a locked door here, let me go back over there and try and find this. Like, if you like that, you will love this. This is almost the spiritual successor to BioShock, which I guess was to System Shock, which I guess has some original team members in Arcane. There's a lineage here. And they knocked it out of the park. People are going to lose their shit. I think this game is on a lot of people's radars, but I don't think they're really prepared. Like, I don't think they are. It's damn good. So Joel, go download the demo. And tell me that the first hour doesn't like blow your mind in some way, in some respect. maybe it's not the plot. Maybe it's not, you know, every single aspect, but there's going to be something where you're like, whoa, I didn't expect that. I didn't see that coming. I really like where this is going, or whatever. Like, it has it. It has it. And even if there were only 5 more hours of this, I fucking want that. This is good. This is really good. And I think the only negative I can say about it is a PC elitist. The game doesn't look amazing on the PS4. I'm not a PS4 Pro, but I don't know if there were Pro features. And after playing, what was I playing? Mass Effect, yeah. After playing Mass Effect Andromeda on PC, this game does not look anywhere near as close to that. But it looks good. It's got a great style, and I'm getting the game on PC. I just can't play the demo on PC, unfortunately. But it's going to look good. And it's going to be good. It's going to have a lot of fun. Going to kill some mimics. I will tell you, Joel. Oh, that's the one thing. I think the one objective problem with this is the sound mixing is very strange. Like, the music is super loud. Like, very, very loud when you're in combat. And it's just like this weird, like, scary noise of like a cat getting stepped on. But it's very loud to the point of where you're like, I can't hear enemies moving. I hit, like, shoot something with the foam gun, and I can't really hear the foam. I can't really hear the wrench hitting stuff because it's just this loud music. It's very strange. It's very strange. I mean, if you think you have the volume levels okay, and then you're like, oh, it's really quiet. Let me turn it up. Let me turn up my headphones, and then you'll turn around, and a mimic will jump out of nowhere, and it'll be so loud. It was so scary, partially because I didn't expect a facehugger to jump out of nowhere, but half why it was so scary was this loud ass music that just comes out of nowhere. I mean, you're in the silence of a space station, and all of a sudden it is electro party town with heart pumping thrills, and it is not like, we needed to ramp up. This is too loud. So I do recommend turning down the music, which is weird. It's weird to criticize something and be like, your sound mixing's way off here. It's just really strange. I don't know why this is so loud and everything else is kind of quiet and normal tones. It's very strange. And it's not like the sound effects are loud either. It's just the music's really loud. I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. But people are going to love this game. Namely me. That's all. It's all what it's about. Is me. It's me. It's always been me. Also, that looks like a butterfly. In case anyone was asking. Butterfly. I stopped it literally right before the stuff happens.